Climbing through low elo as a DPS can sometimes be insanely difficult. Due to a lack of heals, lack of space, and general lack of team cohesion, it feels like sometimes it's impossible for you to get picks, and even if you do get picks, sometimes your team will lose the fight regardless. In order to climb out of elo hell as a DPS player, you need to be playing DPS that are self-sufficient, have the capability to hard carry your trash teammates, get picks, and win game after game. All that being said, in this video, we're going to be going over the top 7 best DPS that you could be playing to hard carry yourself straight out of low elo. With all that being said, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Now, this list is going to be filled with DPS of all different kinds. Some of them have strengths and weaknesses at low elo specifically, and I'm going to be breaking down exactly what you can do to utilize their kit that will help you climb straight out of low elo regardless of what your teams bring to the table. All that being said, let's jump into number 7 on our list, Mei. Now, Mei is incredibly strong and everyone knows it. Her Ice Wall can win team fights by walling off enemies. Her Blizzard is a game-winning ultimate that can win tons of fights in OT or when enemies are contesting objectives. And her primary and alternate fire can help her get picks and secure kills all by herself. Now, yes, Mei is better when played with team synergy, and there's not as much of that at low elo. All that being said, the strongest aspect about Mei in general is the fact that she has Ice Block. This means that Mei has a get out of jail free card that she could self-sustain herself. She can make her own space with her Ice Wall, and her Ice Block allows her to heal herself without the need of assistance from your team. Frankly, at low elo, teammates sometimes just won't heal you in time to bail you out of a sticky situation. Mei has all the tools to stay alive and be completely self-sufficient, making her amazingly strong at low elo. The only reason Mei's not higher up on this list is because she is better when she has a little bit of teamwork and synergy. If you can duo with another tank or DPS that will push up with you and help you punish enemies that you wall, Mei can jump straight up to the first place spot and allow you to easily get out of low elo. Now, moving on to number 6, we have a hit scan on our list, McCree. Now, McCree is amazingly strong at getting players out of low elo. Because of McCree's super fast time to kill and his flashbang, he can punish Doomfist, Reapers, or any diver, and he has the capability of getting picks all by himself. The only problematic aspect about McCree is that he's extremely weak if he doesn't get a certain amount of team synergy or peel from his allies. Now, I know what you might be thinking, I'm never going to get peel at low elo, I'm just going to get simply attacked and no one's ever going to save me. How you play McCree at low elo is you basically are conjoined at the hip with one of your supports. Stay right next to them and protect them, and in turn they will heal you. If you're this permanent fixture that can protect your healers, make it so that they don't get dove, and dish out a fair amount of damage from that positioning, you can definitely put in enough value to climb out of low elo. Now, moving on to pick number 5 on our list, we have Junkrat. Now, everyone knows just how powerful Junkrat is at spamming choke points, but he's on this list specifically because of just how much impact he can have and how many free fights he can win, even without any team help at all. There are many maps where Junkrat is insanely powerful, tons of choke points where enemies will funnel through not quickly enough to not take tons of damage from Junkrat. This means Junkrat can get free time off the clock by ensuring free picks and getting that precious ult charge. Speaking of Junkrat's ultimate Riptire is so powerful, especially at low elo, where the vast majority of the people can't adequately destroy the tire that quickly. If you learn even marginal Junkrat tire movement, you're going to be able to fade a lot of the damage coming out Junkrat Riptire, and you're going to be able to confirm fight after fight. On top of this, Junkrat actually has pretty good mobility, allowing him to reposition all the time at a moment's notice. Make sure you save one of your mines to allow yourself to relocate when you need to so that you can't get pushed up on and killed. If Junkrat can stay alive, make it really problematic for enemies to push through choke points, build up his ultimate, and win team fights with Riptire, that could be the recipe to jump straight out of low elo, and Junkrat is one of the best characters to do that. Now, moving on to number 4, we have Soldier. Now, I know what many of you might be thinking. Soldier better up on the list than McCree for low elo? That's right, and there's a couple of reasons for that. We talked about one of McCree's weaknesses, the fact that positioning is really key on McCree. He doesn't have a lot of tools to reposition himself, and he has no way to self-sustain himself. This is why Soldier actually edges him out at specifically low elo. Frankly, the fact that Soldier's not that in meta doesn't really matter at low elo, but there's a lot of things that Soldier specifically brings to the table that these other characters do not. Soldier has Sprint, which is insanely powerful mobility. This means that Soldier can go all the way to the high ground, run away from enemies, and find key flanking patterns. On top of that, because of Soldier's heal station, he's extremely self-sufficient. He doesn't need any peel or resources from anyone, and he can find his own space by taking alternate angles on the high ground. This means that Soldier doesn't need good tanks or good supports in order to find find impact, and that means he's one of the best DPSs to climb from low elo. If you're stuck in bronze, silver, or gold, it's super easy to jump straight to plat just by playing soldier. Once you get to the plat rank, you could probably move or alter to something else on this list like McCree or some of the other characters farther up the list, but to get straight to plat soldier is one of the best low elo picks you could pick. And don't listen to what people say about what the best character is or soldier is not very good. It doesn't really matter for low elo, and all the things that he brings to the table, if you can learn how to use his kit, if you can learn how to play the high ground and really utilize the fact that he has really solid mobility, you can definitely climb straight out of low elo. Now we enter top 3 territory, but before we get to that, I need to really quickly tell you about GameLeap.com. We're the #1 educational platform on the internet. Do yourself a favor and come check us out. I'll break it down more later, but for now, I hope you enjoy the top 3. Now, let's talk about the first character on our top 3 list. For our top 3 list, we want characters that can get tons of picks, enabling free fight wins. We want characters that are really proactive and characters that honestly can hard carry their team. Even if you have the worst team, if you play some of these characters, you will be able to have enough impact to carry each and every game you're in. Moving on to number 3, our third best DPS for low elo is Doomfist. Now, everyone at all ranks is extremely afraid of Doomfist. I mean, Doomfist is just so powerful. Honestly, Doomfist can allow you to farm the enemy again and again, and how many times have you ran to a smurf Doomfist that feels completely unstoppable? You could tap into even a little bit of that, and you can feel like you have so much impact out of your games. Doesn't matter if you have a support that doesn't know his left from right, or a tank that won't go in. If you learn how to get in and get out as Doomfist, enabling that pick potential, Doomfist can turn fights so easily. I mean, one kill sometimes snowballs into 2, 3, 4, and then all of a sudden you're a one-man army and you completely secure the team. What you need to learn on Doomfist is you really need to learn how to engage and disengage. I know that that's extremely obvious, but frankly, for low elo in particular, many Doomfists don't save enough abilities for disengaging. If you go in at the enemy, it's very easy to understand whether or not the kill will be successful right off the bat. It's not worth reinvesting all your abilities to try to confirm a kill, because then you'll simply be trading 1 for 1. If you know that the kill won't be received within the first couple seconds, oftentimes it's better to disengage and try again later. Remember, Doomfist is a character completely built around his cooldowns. As such, you need to be going in when you have them. Try to play passively until you get your ultimate. Once you get your ultimate, you can go all in and try to confirm multiple kills, and still you have your ultimate to continue the combo or get back to safety. The second thing you need to understand how to do on Doomfist is be patient. Patience is so powerful on Doomfist. Sometimes you can even allow the enemy to push in and you're waiting, perched up on a high ground, waiting for the opportunity to dive a lone person. Remember, if Doomfist gets the drop on literally any DPS or support, he'll be able to win the matchup as long as he has the element of surprise. Don't be afraid to wait for that opportunity, and don't try to rush impact. Trying to dive into 3 people will be an easy way you get killed, but waiting for the perfect opportunity to go in can mean that the enemy is always on their toes and they're unable to stop you from hard carrying your team and winning game after game, getting straight out of low elo. Now, let's move on to number 2 on our list. This is our second best DPS to play for low elo. If you want to climb straight out of low elo, if you want to have tons of impact, get free picks, honestly, and really dominate team fights. And honestly, this character will carry you all the way from low elo even into the higher ranks. This character is so strong, and it's Hanzo. Hanzo's so powerful for a number of reasons. I mean, everyone knows how strong Hanzo is. He can destroy barriers. He can dual DPS. He can get free kills with his log-sized arrows. Hanzo's so powerful. If you can learn how to utilize his insane kit and play the high ground, remember to try to do this. Save your lunge for when you specifically need it, and don't waste it when you do not. You want to have your lunge to distance yourself from things like Doomfist, Genji, and you want to be able to have your storm arrow to burst down shields or enemy tanks. Besides this, practice. Playing on the high ground and being able to put in decent damage, eventually you'll be able to get picks and turn team fights. Consistency is so valuable on Hanzo, and if you practice and try out free-for-all, aim arena, and really practice getting used to Hanzo's new arrow speed. He recently got changed, and hitting some of those long shots are a little bit harder, but with practice, you can still get the same value and impact out of Hanzo that you always did. Don't be afraid to pick up this hero. He's insanely powerful, and for many of you players that don't know what to play, don't know what to main, Hanzo is one of the most versatile DPS on this list. You can play him attack, defense, Koth, every single map Hanzo can get impact on. Just try to practice Hanzo, and I assure you this pick will pay off in dividends with tons and tons of SR in games 1. Get you straight out of low elo and will even carry you far beyond that. Now, let's move on to our number 1 best DPS for low elo. Now, I know many of you might be already thinking of this hero, and I cannot stress just how powerful this hero is. I've been one-tricking this character on my all after not really playing this character hardly at all, and I've won 7 out of 7 games with this character, really. This character is incredible, and it's really hard carrying me just playing the character, and it's Reaper. The thing that's so powerful about Reaper is he doesn't take that much mechanical skill to play, but you can still get tons of value out of him. He feasts on tanks and can single-handedly turn a team fight. If you understand exactly how to use his lifesteal to your advantage, when you can ignore enemies focusing you, but still burst down an Orisa or a Sigma, or even other DPS, Reaper is one of the best at dueling things like Doomfist, Hanzos. If you can get up into the enemy's face, you can easily duel all these characters. One of my favorite things to do on Reaper is wait on the high ground, lurk, drop right on top of a DPS, and two-shot body shot them. This is not even hard. I'm not even hitting any headshots. I'm not hitting these insanely hard to hit headshots like on McCree or Widow or anything like that. I'm hitting easy to hit body shots with Reaper, and I'm having so much value. I simply get a kill, and I use my Wraith, my mobility, to get me right out of the team fight. Not to mention, every once in a while, my Death Blossom will just completely dominate a team fight all by itself. One thing you could do on Reaper is try to understand cooldowns. You hear things like Flashbang, you hear things like Break Stun. Understand when you can go in and use your abilities and all in an enemy when they don't have these abilities. Waiting for the right opportunity to pounce can be so powerful. I can't tell you how many times I let the enemies come in, maybe they got a pick or two, but I completely turn the team fight by sneaking up in the backline, getting one kill on the enemy before they have any idea what's going on, and I use my Wraith that gives me a reload to get another kill, and all of a sudden I'm feasting on the enemy. That's something that's so powerful about Reaper. You get a couple of kills, the enemy doesn't have that much focus fire, and then you just completely feast on the rest of the team. Because of Reaper's lifesteal, he can fight in a long fight at full fighting force, and as you close a fight out, the enemy will be more and more helpless. Reaper is my best hero to get at a low elo, and honestly, Reaper can carry you all the way to Grandmaster. Really, Reaper is so powerful and in my opinion completely underplayed, so don't fail to pick up this hero. It will definitely carry you straight at a low elo, and you could take that to the SR bank. Now, I hope this guide has been extremely helpful for you, but now you know what characters you need to start grinding. There's only one place to grind them, and it's GameLeap.com. GameLeap.com has in-depth guides over every single hero on the list. If you want to master them, if you want to learn how to play each and every hero against hard-to-play matchups, if you don't know what to do in certain situations, watching VOD reviews and in-depth guides, GameLeap.com has you covered, and you don't even have to take my word for it. GameLeap.com offers a 10-day money-back guarantee, so come check us out risk-free in the links here. Now, I hope this guide has been really helpful for you. Tell me your best low elo pick in the comments down below, as well as any other videos that you want. Please let me know. I would love to make them. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. I'm Coach Mills, and until next time.